My visions are not the same as the others. No radiance, no song. Just the shadow taunting me from below.
Hi folks, and welcome to Mapk Gaming. And this is my main character, Mapk as I call him, but I am dyslexic. But his name is spelled M-A-P-K. So Mapk, it all depends how you want to say the name. I'm dyslexic, so I just call it Mapk. Now, what a time we're in, and I thought I'd do this video because the pre-patch has officially launched yesterday, and we got the start of the new storyline, which I will start playing just up here. I went through that yesterday with my main, and I decided to quickly run through on my banker and just show clips of the storyline as we having this chat now. I want to say thank you for your comments, and I have liked them. Don't know what you say, even if you say the video is pants. As you might be able to see, the graphics should be a lot better, and the screen's laid out slightly different. And that is because my new PC has arrived, and it's a lot better, a lot faster, and as you can see, it's a lot better quality, which is way overdue. And I've well, shall I say, I'm enjoying playing WoW a lot more because of the graphics. So that's me. So I've got Incy Wincy, my faithful spider, which I got back in Shadowlands. And for a spider, Tedacity, I believe they are, this is a damn good spider. He does hold up to a lot of mobs. He holds up to a lot of world bosses, yeah, and silver elites, and he is damn good. And I have enjoyed him being my faithful pet for ages. So today I wanted to go through a follower dungeon, and follower dungeons have been here quite a while, and to tell you the good points and bad points of follower dungeons. So I'm just going to do a random one, and we will go through and see what we got. As you can see, this loads up extremely fast, which is superb. Now, if you don't know what follower dungeons are, and if you're new to playing WoW, follower dungeons are set from level 60 at the moment, and the other players in this are AI, and they will follow I wouldn't say a preset path if you let them lead, but they've got their own algorithm what sets them off, and they'll go through it. They will not do shortcuts. Many players find little shortcuts and teach that onto others, but you can always lead them. They do get into a bit of trouble every now and again, and they do pull aggro because obviously they're preset to go which way they want to go. But saying that, I think follower dungeons are excellent. Well done, Blizzard, for doing these. Now, I say that not a bit like for saying I'm Billy No Mates, But these, having follower dungeons allows you to take your time and enjoy the dungeon. Now I'm going to carry on. I'm going to, you get this little button and it allows you to set the tank off, and he will go off pulling aggro. Now I'm a bit overpowered for the follower dungeon, but we've gone through this with like some guildies and we've pulled massive amounts and we've survived. Now that's not saying that you can go and pull all the dungeon. Sometimes you will be able to, sometimes you won't be able to do. I think I've been in here with like some of my characters who are pretty pants, and I still survived. Yes, I believe one of my characters did die. Oh, he's putting them back. You don't need to put them back. Sorry about that. So as you can see, the tank teaches you how to be a tank if you follow what he does. He doesn't pull too many, and obviously he waits for everyone, unlike quite a lot of human tanks. He is just pulling the small amount, so you don't. There's not a risk of wiping. Now, the good thing about this is, as a skinner, I can skin what I want to skin without anyone calling upon me to hurry up because they're missing the DPS. And also, if you got quests, what you're looking for to complete, this is a perfect way of doing it, because you can take your time. Now, a lot of people go in and they would either miss a boss if they don't need to do it, and you end up either waiting to complete the quest what you got, or abandoning it in some cases. So this is why I think the follower dungeon is really good. Now, the Blizzard has said that they will be reversing this back to go through the other content of the world. So I think they said they was going to go backwards. So the next one would be like Shadowlands, and they would do follow dungeons in Shadowlands. Now, for me personally, I think that that's a great idea. That's perfect. Instead of going backwards, how about starting from the beginning? Doing it so when you got your first character, you know, and at low level, you'll be able to go in and do a follower dungeon right at the beginning when you're like, I think it's like level 15, level 10. And it would start teaching you how to play your character right at the start, instead of having it right at the end. I think that would be a lot better. And go one step further. You know, how about, now you got like there's 4 AI characters here. Now, some guilds are struggling getting players. And you know what I'm going to say now. And what about if it did a 5-man raid as a follower dungeon, a follower raid? But the added bonus of doing that is, as you're leveling, you could at level 20 do Molten Core, for example. At the original level limit, and experience what Molten Core was like, but obviously in the 10-man. Now I know Molten Core originally was a 40-man raid, so it was the maximum raid. So they might not be able to do Molten Core as AI, because obviously you've got a lot of components there running around, and they do get a bit clunky, and sometimes they might do things what you're not really expecting them to do. But I think having a follower raid would be superb. Now, if you like that idea, please leave your comments down below. And if you're, you know, commenting, sorry, putting comments up about on Blizzard posts, mention it there, because stuff like this, I reckon they do. They would take on and see if they can actually do it, especially if the community really wants it, which I feel would be a benefit, especially because you could do it at level, and the story of WoW will make a lot more sense to a lot more people. Because when you're questing, and especially with Chromie, you go around, you do the story of Battle for Azeroth, and it leads you eventually to a raid. Now, you'll either have to wait until you're max level and do that raid, which the way Chromie works, you would actually end up max level right at the end. But then you might not know, especially for new players, you won't know what to do. You know, you go into a raid and it's like you've got the mechanics. Yes, you are overgeared, especially when you get to level 70. You go straight to normal content and get all the latest gear. But you will still, for Battle for Azeroth, for example, you need that cloak. And the cloak is that one. You would need that cloak to do, I believe, the final raid. And if you don't have that cloak, you won't be able to do it. And if by doing the content at the correct level, you have it, but or you might not have it, because you've got to level 70 and you think, well, I can go straight over to the Dream Mile to get gear. And then it'd be like, if you're in a guild what does old content just for like for giggles, you go in there and they say, oh, you got a cloak, you need to get it, and you would miss the experience of going through what it was actually like. So, as you can see, a follow a dungeon is not hard, and you can quickly go through these without any stress of people talking about your DPS, and even if you muck up and pull something like there, the tank's not going to have a little hissy fit and try and have you kicked. And it does happen still, where they start having hissy fits and start moaning. It's just frustration after time, because they want to get things done as quick as they can, because there's so much to do. Now, doing the follow a dungeon or follow a raid, which I would love for them to do, if they could do that for the time running, which is only a week away, that would be really, really great. Which I don't think they'll be able to do, to be honest. It is only a week away, and they're not going to have time to sort that out. but follow dungeons. So the bad point is what's the bad point of these? I'm trying to think what's the bad point of these. And the bad point is it is lonely doing stuff on your own. You know, it's great. One of my guildies didn't know about follow dungeons when they first came out, and she loves it. You know, she was always concerned about like people moaning about her DPS or not knowing which way to go, and she would get lost quite often doing dungeon raids. And obviously we take her in, or I go with her and do some dungeons, and she always feels that she's a bit of a bother, which is not the case. I enjoy doing the content, so I don't mind going in older stuff. But some people do think that they're a bother when they're asking guildies to do stuff. And hopefully guilds are more friendly and would say, "No, come on, let's just go in, don't worry." And after time it's because like there was a quest what she was on, and she didn't have the confidence to do it, like pugging a group and doing it as a pug group. So if they did like with the follower dungeons, it allows her to go in and just do it and enjoy the game a lot more. That's why I think they should do it from the beginning and do 10-man raids. Now,
Activating additional defenses.
I love that one. That's what that was called. That was the one I've got that from the Bullion.
Marked.
So I don't know if it's like what's recommended for the hunter. I don't really care what's recommended. It's what I enjoy using and what I enjoy playing. So one more boss, and these don't take long, which is great. And if you got the confidence and you know your DPS is fairly good, you can actually pull quite a lot more. I'll just take my time to see what a average run, how long an average run, shall I say, really takes. So for those who've not done full of dungeons, you can see what amount of time is needed. Now, I did mention about gold farming. Doing the follower dungeon, they drop near enough. The follower dungeon drops stuff what's in the normal raid, even items what you need for your mounts, especially one what was over Ozawa Plains. I believe that's how it's spelled. How it's said. And you need to get, I think there's 3 rings, or yeah, I believe it's 3 rings, and from different bosses and different raids, and that goes and gets your birdie mount, which is over there. Sorry, having a bit of a coughing fit there. Yeah, so that gets you your little birdie mount, which is now, because of full of dungeons, so easy. You can just select the same one, the same dungeon over and over again, and just farm it until you get it. Now I'm sure there'll be other guildies who would want to farm it with you, who have still not got it, and so you having like 2 of you go through here, really easy.
I need to get closer.
And what else should we say? Yes, so follow the dungeons. Sorry, my brain was a bit fried there. I feel a good addition to WoW, and doing the next step would be a raid if they can. A 10-man raid be perfect. It would mean that you'd be able to get some of the rare pets from some of the bosses, which be a good bonus and a good way of making money. Now, we spoke about gold farming and stuff like that. Now, realistically, sorry, you got to think of what type of player are you? Are you playing the game to enjoy the game, or playing the game just for end content and you just want to buy everything? Now, the way I generally have my alts is their professions are just gathering. Especially now with work orders. If there's any gear what you want, you just order it and let someone else make it. Yes, you pay for them making it, but as my wife always said, no matter, like, if you want anything, there's two ways of getting the stuff what you want. You'd either pay in time, that means you make it yourself, and it takes you time to actually acquire the skill, get the resources and make it, or you pay in gold. So that's the two ways of getting anything in life, really, time or gold. Now, on my character, I'm an enchanter and a skinner. And the reason why I chose enchanting and skinning is because you make a ton of money doing those two things. And how you make money is all the leather that you gather, you sell. At the beginning of a patch, it sells for a lot of money because everyone wants to get their skills up. Everyone wants to make those items what the item level, and they all sell them on. That's how they make money. Enchanting, everyone enchants their gear because obviously they want to, if they're raiding, their raid leader says everything's got to be enchanted, they've got to be ready for a raid. So anytime they get a new bit of gear from a raid, they would want the enchantment to help with their DPS, which is great, and it makes it even better for you. But again, it takes time to get to max level. And that was the end of this dungeon. I only got one bit of gear. Believe me, my bags are full of absolute stuff from all over, of me keeping it to go back. So I believe it was this item. It was a 460. So a 460 in a follower dungeon. Obviously, to hit 460, you would have to be max level. But you could run follower dungeons and get 460s approximately. I'm not saying it's always going to be 460, because obviously that is 3 out of 8. but you can gear up very quickly with your item level being obviously getting up to quite high, around about the 460 if you get everything at 460. So follower dungeons, thank you Blizzard. It does make it's a big bonus for the community to having these follower dungeons. So as you can see, I've got tons of stuff in my regen bag, and I'll be selling these off very soon. I normally get like stacks of 1,000 and wait for the time right and sell them. And I just leave this, get back into normal world. I'm on Blade's Edge, so I'm going to show you about what you can achieve by just selling. Now this is not, there's no tricks, no, oh this will definitely sell. I don't know what's going to sell on your server. I'm not going to pretend to know, but we're going.
Our flight has much to offer.
So something relatively low. Now the stuff that I always sell, you know, you got the expedition packs, and you've got the Tuscan storage boxes. Get them. If you see them, don't just ignore them. You get potions, what you can sell, and they do sell. They sell really quick. Fish always sells, even at the later stages of the expansion. And the reason why like fish, plants and stuff like that sells is because people need the potions for buffs doing the raids, and the fish and meat always sell because the buff food, and that's the main reason. So making money in China, because you can do the enchantments, or if you don't want to make the actual enchantments and sit on stuff on the auction house, sell your raw materials. You know, the shards, what you're getting, put them on the auction house. They will go really quick, and there's what 154. So the deposit is quite high, but you're making like it's 1,000 gold, and that will sell. So I'm going to stick on the cloth. Again, it's still, you're paying deposits 300, so you're not making a huge amount, but if you're doing it on a regular basis, it will go. Now the best ones I like selling is like food. Yeah. Let's see, the fish are the good ones. You get a bigger markup there, and if we just watch the chat down the bottom there, I always have like a little rule of thumb. I will sell stuff if it's less than a gold without hesitation, especially if I'm making gold. So for the basilisk eggs, its deposit is 12, and I'm getting 55 gold. Now there's me selling auctions. I've only got 3 things on there, so there's no hidden. I'm not hiding anything what I'm selling. What else? Let's get that fish up. What else can we sell? Now these items are pretty good to sell because they are bought for some gear from the different factions. So we sell the plants again. Selling stuff like this. These level 1s I got from the Tuscan boxes, and I just keep them in my bag. When I get quite a few of them, I start just bung them on the auction house. Now that's it's one deposit and 800 gold, and it's surprising these. Generally everything sells. Obviously, I'm keeping some stuff for my one of my alts is like my level worker, just because I'm an achievement junkie, and so with this one, as you can see, Golden Star, which is the one in the middle, second one down, is got over 3,000 of those. Does she need more? Probably not. But I want to go through and make up every item so I can. And look, the best legs eggs have sold. And how quick was that? Now, obviously, you got to kill the best list to get the best legs eggs. Now, I can't remember how many there was. There was 10 I sold, and it's gone. And it was like you saw it on screen selling. This is the way you sell stuff, and it's not, oh, this sells for the amount, this sells for this amount, farm this, farm that, because you could spend all day farming and not get the results. So that's your guide. See what sells and see what's the easiest picked up. Now, the best time to get basilisk eggs is on the hunt. When the hunt is near where the basilisks are, go around. There's people doing the hunts all the time. Go there, help kill, and they go down really quick. And there's going to be tons of skin. So obviously, I'm going to put that up. Not as much. We'll see if something else for sale. That's not as much. Now, another good ones are these. The best time to get these is when there's a storm. Join a group, and these drop quite often. And you'd be surprised how easy it is picking these up. Now,
So long.
I'm gonna quickly show you about enchanting. Chests. Obviously, these sell quite well. And look, that's sold already. As I'm talking, it is sold. Right, so I'm going to do 3 of these. One thing what I'm going to really try and do is be as honest as I can. Well, just be honest, and criticise those who say you can do something, and they don't really show you the evidence. They just show this is how much it is on the auction house. Well, I can put something up there for like gold cap. Just because it's up there at gold cap doesn't mean to say it's going to sell. Right, so I've just done 3 enchantments. Let's quickly go back in here. Auctions. And again, the leather has sold. Well, not the leather, the scale armor. And you get them from basilisks. So that's a nice little tidy sum I've got there. So now the enchantment here. Not as big a markup, but it's only 9 gold deposit, and I'm getting 143. So I'm going to stick them up. When each patch comes around, is an excellent time for enchanters, because people want to buy the stuff, like the enchantments on their armor, and to help them go through. And some people would, as soon as they get a new bit, I need to enchant it. But there's the high possibility that you're going to get a new bit very soon. I don't know. I need to enchant it, and they believe that they need to enchant something. Now, my character is an enchanter, and as I'm leveling, I don't enchant anything. I think that's just like a waste of. Did I sell something else? I think I've sold something else. There you go. Look, and that is done in a. One person's already bought one of the enchantments, and what can I say? You see for yourself. These are the sort of things, and this is how I make my money. I'm not looking to make millions and millions and millions, but I'm quite comfortable in making money, and I've got money. So if I wanted to pay one of the other guilds to run me through to get me an achievement, which is what I go for, I can afford to pay the whatever the rate is. So looking down here, I wouldn't pay this rate, but you know, they're saying to get the achievement 350k. No, that's 200k for the last two bosses. You know, I can afford to do that without spending my own money. You know, I can just make 200k quite comfortably within 2 weeks, easily. If I wanted to make that in a week, I'll just do some old content, do a bit of like farming as I'm going through it, follower dungeons, because again, that's another chest enchantment gone, and that's the final enchantment gone. And you're seeing this real time, which I will show you about making gold. Some things will get returns, some things take a bit longer, but people buy, especially at the beginning of new seasons, because they're making the stuff what they need. Leather goes for the pouches, not the patches, to give you extra armor. Food for food buffs, plants and stuff for the potions. That's where you will make your money. So hopefully you'll have enjoyed this content of the follower dungeon and my views, and my wish list for Blizzard to do the next one. And I hope you see that the gold making ideas, a way to do it. And as you can see, I weren't being greedy. As you can see, something else is just sold, and that's going to be a tidy little sum once it's all gone through. So in the space of this video, you've seen I've made over 1,000 gold just on the auction house, and I've still got to sell stuff what's no good. I've got to sell the stuff what's no good, and like all the crap stuff. And obviously you saw me get the gold from doing the content. Well, until next week, because there's not much actually happening in the world of WoW. Until next week, when time running will start, and I'll launch a baby Mapk into Pandora and work out the best way of making money there. And there will be a way of making money there, I'm 100% sure of it. And we see how much gold a character will actually bring out. What I'll do is I'll start a character and from 0, and when he gets to 70 and gets transferred over to your normal account, because that will be the key, how much gold he brings with him, how much gold will he bring into the warband, what comes, and that will be the actual the selling point, or the main point of doing it, should I say. So if you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up, and thank you for your comments so far on other videos what I've done. There was some for Plunderstorm, some against it. All views are valid. Not everyone likes some of the content what Blizzard brings out, but they don't know, and there's more of us than there is of them. But if you don't make a comment to them, they won't know your view, and if there's enough people with the same view, that's when changes will start happening. Well, so we'll be heading off into the blue yonder, and as I do stuff, there'll be separate sections in my channel for different things as the new as War Within starts. So it'd be like how to get this mount, how to do this achievement. So it'd be achievement guide, pet hunting, which one of my guildies will be assisting me on, because she is the expert of pets, and there would just be general larking about, funny moments where you see me pulling my hair out, what's left of it, trying to do stuff. Well, as you can see, more and more stuff has been sold there, and it is only 7:30 in the morning, and I think I've taken up a lot more of your time than I should have done. So once again, thank you, and just by watching, you're supporting. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you next week for time running. Keep enjoying playing the game and have fun. And this, by the way, sorry, this is on Blade's Edge. This server is on Blade's Edge, so this is where I made the money. So I just thought I'd mention that right at the end. I will put up a little caption saying what auction house this is, so you have a good idea of the gold variables on different servers. But for now, see you next week. Bye.